Ivan Pavlov was born in Russia on September 26, 1849. Pavlov acquired a lifelong love for physical labor and for learning. He studied inorganic chemistry under Dmitry Mendeleev and organic chemistry under Alexander Butlerov, and then the skilled experimental techniques of Ilya Sion. He was appointed lecturer of psychology at the Medical Academy, won the Wiley Fellowship, and then spent the next 2 years in Germany. He assumed the directorship of the Department of Psychology in the Institute of Experimental Medicine. 5 years later, he accepted the chair of psychology at the Academy.
Pavlov studied the circulatory system. He also discovered the secretory nerves of the pancreas in 1888, and the following year, the nerves controlling the secretory system, secretory activity of the gastric glands. Pavlov and his pupils also produced a considerable amount of accurate data on the workings of the gastrointestinal tract, which served as a basis for Pavlov's lecture on the work of the principal digestive glands. For this work, Pavlov received in 1904 the Nobel Prize in Psychology or Medicine. Pavlov was primarily concerned with ascertaining the functions of the cerebral cortex by means of conditional reflexes. Pavlov observed that his dogs would secrete saliva and gastric juices before the meat was actually given to them. The sight, odor, or even the footsteps of the attendant were sufficient to trigger the flow of saliva. Pavlov realized that the dogs were responding to the activity associated with their feeding. In 1901, he determined such response a conditional reflex, which was acquired or learned, opposed to unconditional, which was an inherited reflex.
Even Pavlov's contribution to behaviorism is that he learned certain traits could be learned. Pavlov discovered this by working with dogs and their reaction to food, also known as the dog experiment.
This is Ivan Pavlov's dog experiment. This is his most known experiment and his breakthrough in psychology.
Represents a stimulant. As the bell is rung, the dog knows that food is coming. So after the repetition of the bell ringing and the dog receiving food, the dog associates the ringing of the bell with getting food.
Hello, Belle, what's going on? Food? Yum, yum, yum. Food! I heard the bell. I need food. Yum, 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 yum. More food! Bell, food, food! Where's my food? Give me my food.